Hello! What an eventful week takes place prior to the death and resurrection of Christ. Monday and Tuesday have come and gone, but it's Wednesday. The major event of Holy Wednesday that people think about is Judas's decision to betray Jesus. In Matthew 26, verse 14 through 16, it says, "Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest and asked, 'What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you?' So they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. From then on, Judas watched for an opportunity to hand him over." The Wednesday of Holy Week, traditionally this day was called Spy Wednesday, for it was on this Wednesday that Judas conspired to hand Jesus over. But there's more. On Wednesday before his death, Jesus is likely in Bethany, and this is where Mary performs one of the most beautiful acts of worship, one of the last acts of kindness to Christ before his death. That evening, Mary of Bethany anoints Jesus with costly perfumed oil. Judas objects. Jesus rebukes him and says Mary has anointed him for his burial. Jesus is heading to Jerusalem and he is going to die there. And here is this woman who is absolutely thrilled with what Jesus has done for her and in her life, that she takes her most prized possession, this perfume that was worth a fortune in those days, and just breaks the entire thing and pours it over the feet of Jesus. And then begins to use her hair to wash and wipe his feet. What a picture. What an amazing moment. Nowadays we are so reserved in our emotions and in our worship. We hold things in. But here is a woman who doesn't care, who sees her on her knees using her hair to wipe Jesus' feet. Her mind and her eyes and her focus are just on Jesus and worshiping him for what he has done for her. This is an amazing act of worship. We are so closed sometimes, but Mary was so open. On this day, the chief priests and the scribes and the religious leaders were plotting and scheming to kill Jesus. Judas takes 30 pieces of silver in order to hand Jesus over to them. But Mary, she gives her all and thanks him for all that he has done for her. Judas takes, but Mary gives. As we lead up to the death and resurrection of Christ this week, take time to focus on what he has done for you and to worship him. Don't worry about anybody else or who's around. Don't be Judas and betray him. Be Mary and give your all to him. Focus on him this week. This is what happened on the Wednesday of Holy Week. Have a blessed week.